What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition. Today we are going to be talking about the most awkward internet date ever. I tell you, the older we get, the harder it is to date. It's like that dating pool just seems to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So without further ado, let's get into it. I started internet dating, and let me tell you, it's not an easy task. I tried everything from eHarmony, Match.com, Yahoo Dating, and etc. See, back then we didn't have Tinder where we could just swipe. At first it seemed like a science experiment. You know, I would try everything, experiment a little bit, just to see who I could attract. I wasn't getting a lot of responses, so that's why you have to start experimenting. I was wondering, is it me? Is it my picture? Is it my profile? Is it the way I'm messaging? You have to try everything to see what works. I literally tried everything. I mean, I've changed my height, which is a common one, my weight, my size, my eye color, my race. I've even changed my profile picture. So what I would do is I'd create my profile, then I would change it out to like somebody a little bit more Brad Pitt looking and see what the response would be. I've had girls write my profile just to see if that would help. Now you may think, Ed, why did you change your profile picture? Sometimes people are just looking at pictures and sometimes people are actually reading the profile. And this is back then. This is not in the day of the swipe where it literally is just the picture. But back then people might read the profile. So I had to figure out if it was my profile or the picture. So then it came to messaging. First, I would send out one message and then just wait a while. How long do you wait for a message to be returned? And if the girl's not interested, I don't know if she's taken the time to read the profile or if she's not interested. So how long do I wait for her to not be interested? So then I started sending 2 or 3 messages out, in a week. Then it was more like 10 to 15, and then I started getting responses back. Then I started realizing it's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game.
The more I send out, the more replies I get back. I'm just a guy that was looking for love. Now here's the part that you guys have been waiting for, the date. So here's how it all went down. So one day I sent out some messages out to a whole bunch of girls that I felt were gonna be perfect candidates for me dating. Wednesday came around and I started thinking to myself, it's gonna be a great week. Little did I know what was gonna happen next. So I started talking to this one girl. Her profile was awesome, picture looked good. She seemed pretty amazing. Thursday rolls around, I said, hey, do you have any plans for the weekend? Question mark. She responds on Friday, hey, by the way, a bunch of my friends are going to go to Pacific Beach, and that's where I lived. I lived about 6 blocks from the beach and only 3 blocks from the bars, at least to the closest bar anyways. So she says, yeah, me and my girls are gonna be in Pacific Beach at this one bar, which happens to be the closest bar to my house. She says, a bunch of my girls and I are going to that bar. Do you want to meet up? And of course I said, I'll be there and I'll bring my friends. So I tell all my buddies, hey guys, I got a date with this girl. She's bringing her friends. She said that it was okay to bring my friends and we're all gonna meet up. So let's get all dressed up, shower up, smell good, and let's go have some fun tonight. As we're walking down the street, it was one of those amazing nights where you'd sit there and everything was good and everybody was happy and we started smelling the air and it smelled fresh. Life felt great. And then we get to the bar We go straight to the bar, order a drink, and then I started looking around for the girl. So as I'm looking around, I notice her, I recognize her, so I tell all my friends, hey, hang back while I introduce myself, and then I'll wave you guys off. Good plan. So I go over to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Ed. It is a pleasure to meet you. She introduces me to her friends, and I smile and meet all 6 of them. Then I wave over to my friends and said, hey guys, come over, let me introduce you. So they're all coming closer. I have a couple of my friends right next to me. As I was about to introduce my friends to her friends, she says, do you recognize this girl? And I thought to myself, well, I just introduced myself to her. No, I don't really remember her in my head. Did I date her once before and then it just didn't work out, so we just never talked again? I couldn't really remember. So I told her, I go, no, I don't recognize her. I looked at her and I kind of just shrugged like, So as my friend is standing there and he's trying to introduce himself to her friends, she tells me, she goes, oh yeah, by the way, you messaged her too at the same time. They looked at each other right after she said that. They smiled at each other, and then they all 6 of them just walked right out of the bar. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, what just happened here? Did she just walk out of the bar? Is this real? Is this the Matrix? Am I living in a dream? So I looked at my friend and I said, did I just get ambushed?
Fucking ambush.
Was this an internet ambush? Till this day, I still call it an internet ambush. It was a tad awkward
This is awkward.
at that moment to have felt that way, where a whole bunch of girls just walked out. That part was a little bit awkward. It was even more awkward because my best friend was standing next to me while it all happened. It's even more awkward when you hang out with guys and they remind you about that date all the time, even though we didn't even date no more than what, a minute?
Stella,
Zoe,
Karen?
the girl who beat you up.
the girl who ruined a photo with
The
Slash.
girl who made you get the butterfly tattoo?
The girl who shared a bed with her brother.
The girl who did porn.
The girl who ran over the hitchhiker?
The girl who had crazy eyes.
The girl who gave you throw
The
pillows.
girl who gave you the lamp?
The girl who gave you 12 mixtapes.
The girl I slept with first.
The girl you made out with on St. Patrick's Day.
The girl who took your virginity.
The girl who was just using you to get back at her ex?
The girl who was way too into sci-fi.
The girl who I hired to play my wife.
The girl who texted too soon?
The girl you went on 2 blind dates with.
The girl who turned out to be a lesbian.
The girl whose name you can't remember?
The girl who was a militant hippie vegan.
The girl you naked manned.
The girl you had a three-way with?
Allegedly.
The other girl you had a 3-way with.
Unconfirmed.
The girl in the slutty pumpkin costume?
The girl who worked the coat check at that club.
The girl you thought was a hooker.
The girl you thought was your perfect match?
The girl you dumped on her birthday.
Same girl who beat me up.
The girl who kept you on the...
The girl who's always in a relationship.
The girl who killed your turtle.
I am reminded of that story with my friends all the time. You know how guys are. They'll tell those stories for the rest of their lives. Hey Ed, remember that story back in the day? Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? Thank you guys all for watching. It has been a pleasure telling you all my stories. If you liked that story or have any stories of your own, please comment down below. Tell me that you care. I'm Ed Snare, and you make your next day a great one.